The Connecticut Sun begin their 2024 season tomorrow night against the Indiana Fever, and I got the chance to catch up with head coach Stephanie White during a recent practice.
Yeah, it's been really good. You know, it's been exciting. We have a veteran group. I feel like it really allows us to accelerate what we're doing every single day. You know, we're not reteaching necessarily. We're building off of the foundation that we made a year ago and challenging our players in new ways. But it's exciting to be back, and it's exciting to be in the gym. I think every year we try to have a pride game, and we're an organization and a league, quite frankly, that is about inclusion, right? Inclusion and acceptance, and continuing to raise awareness and have conversation surrounding different types of community, right? And the pride game is an area where we can bring in a lot of people, we can celebrate pride, we can have conversation, and we can continue to do what we do best, and that's, you know, put a good product on the floor, be an inclusive, accepting environment. I think it just speaks volumes of you know, not just our franchise as a Connecticut Sun team, but the Mohegan organization in general. You know, it's an open, accepting community, continuing to do good work in the community and lead by example. Well, I think number one, we're human beings who are parts of community, right, in multiple ways, and you know, impacting community in a positive way, whether you're a professional athlete, a professional coach, or you know, someone who lives down the street, I think is important. You know, take some ownership of your ability to impact, number one. And I think the second thing is we have a platform. You know, our players have a platform, our organization has a platform to really emphasize the things that we are passionate about, the things that we are prideful about. You know, if you can't beat it if you can't see it. Being accountable to things that are more important than putting the ball through the hoop, and really being prideful and taking ownership of things that matter to us as human beings. As a player, you always enjoy playing, and sometimes as a coach or as a, you know, middle-aged folks, we look back and we're like, oh gosh, I wish I could do this again, right? But we know we can't, so we do the next best thing, and that's use our minds. You know, so yeah, from a player development standpoint, it's really important. You know, we have a veteran group. We don't have a lot of roster spots in terms of development, so it's how can we fine-tune our veterans who have been here for a long time? How can we continue to help them find an edge? You know, sometimes that's not just on the court. Sometimes that's in recovery. Sometimes that's in prehab and rehab and diet and exercise and sleep and all of these things, right? Sometimes it's working on one or two tweaks in their game that can help them get to another level, or, you know, worst case, help them maintain where they are. And then for our young guys, it's an adjustment to come from college to the pros. It's an adjustment to come from playing in Europe to the WNBA. So they're overwhelmed with speed and physicality and terminology and actions and all of these things. So how can we simplify for them while continuing to develop their skill set? And I think that's one of the things that every coach loves the most is that opportunity to develop, that opportunity to help players build off of their skill sets, that opportunity to see the light bulb moments when it clicks, and you can celebrate that with them while continuing to strategize, you know, from an offensive and defensive game planning standpoint. I think my biggest message is always, like, look, once you come for the first time, you're going to be hooked. You're going to stay. You know, these women are the best at what they do. They work hard to hone their craft every single day. They're going to go out and they're going to play their butts off. They're going to continue to get better. They're going to represent, you know, themselves and our organization in a positive way. And at the end of the day, they're competitors. Like they want to win. We want to win. We want to be the best that we can possibly be. So I think that it's going to be entertaining, it's going to be fun, yet at the same time, we're accessible, right? We're accessible not just, you know, on game day to see us and to sign autographs and to take pictures, but we're in the community. Also remember that these women are human, right? That they go through the same, their sisters, their aunts, you know, their parents, they're all of these things. And so I think sometimes fans forget that. So I always like to just bring in a point, whether I'm doing this or whether I'm doing my broadcasting, like, hey, like these are human beings with real human emotions. So while we're out here performing for you, also, like, have some respect for the fact that they are human and they are going to bust their butts and bust their tails, but sometimes we have bad days too.